All right, gang. Week 6, bin 2. Now, as you can see, the lid on this one is already off, and it has been since the new worms arrived. It's probably going to be a little dry, but let's dig in and see what we find. Yeah, this top half inch is pretty dry. As you can see, I'm able to peel it away with relative ease. I mean, yeah, pretty dry stuff. Now, normally, they like the sides, right? Well, let's see if that trend continues. Yep. Ooh. Big worms. He's hanging on right below. Bin 2, once again, has a very nice population of worms. It makes me really happy, especially with everything these worms went through because of my stupidity. It makes me very happy. They're really amazing worms. They really are. And I'll tell you what, the castings on the sides of bins 2 and bins 3 when I first put the new batch in were unbelievable. I mean, you can kind of see they were all over the place. I'm sorry that I didn't get video of what had happened after I first put them in. I just was so tired I went to bed. But yeah, they population looks good. Things are a little damp down below, which I kind of expected. And that's okay, because I, again, would rather have more of a wet bin than not. It's definitely not as wet as bin number 1 was, but it's wet enough that it could probably take some leaf material, some dry leaves, be helpful. So that's what we'll do. Something really satisfying about just crunching up leaves like this. I don't know what it is, it's just fun. If you have kids, this is a great project to get the kids involved in gardening with. Get them to rake up the leaves and let them do this and see how full they can get a bag of leaves crunched up like this. Make it into a little contest. Never start getting kids involved in the garden too young. The younger the better. I still remember when I was a kid, I mean, 6, 7, and 8 years old, my grandmother used to take me out into the yard where we used to live, and we used to grow tomatoes and potatoes. She showed me how to do it all and then harvest them. It was so much fun. It was my first gardening experience. I'll never forget it, ever. Great stuff. Lifelong memories turn into life-changing causes. Good causes. And we all need. Let's get our buddies back over here. Work the center. They look happy, they look healthy. The fact that they're not all crawling up on the sides or up on the lid or going out of the bin is a pretty clear indication of that. They're very happy with their new home. And that makes me happy. If I can just get the worm food done from stage 2 remediation, that would be great. Ooh, baby. Got some small ones in here too. One of the things, and I don't know where this comes from, I'm going to have to look into it. Some of you may have heard this as well if you watch AV and Noel Davis from Old Composting. But you see these babies? These guys right here? Allegedly, the larger size worms in the presence of these babies stop growing. And so they're trying to put together projects right now to separate the adults out and away from the juveniles to allow the adults to continue to grow. But my question to that is, well, okay, but it would seem to make more sense that adults in the presence of other adults would experience that. And maybe it's just a trait amongst the African nightcrawler that just instinctually stops growing on purpose so that its younger brood can become more healthy. I don't know. If that's the case, that's a heck of a trade. You know, there really is a lot of food in here already. Just, I mean, you can see it throughout the bedding. The bedding is moist, it's damp, it's full of nutrient, you can tell. And even though I'm adding in this additional dry leaf material, this will only just act as a bedding. This will eventually break down and become a food source for them, and it's a very mineral-rich food source that teak wood is an amazing wood. I mean, it's nearly termite resistant. The wood is incredibly beautiful too. I don't know much with regards to what kind of nutrient uptake it does, but I mean, judging from the leaves, I mean, it's got to be taking up a massive amount of nutrient. That's just my guess. I don't know that for a fact, but I mean, to create this much mass in a leaf, I would have to think that the genetics in the tree are such that it just huge straw, just bring it in, bring it in. Ooh. Beautiful. Alright, let's check the final side here. Yeah. Lots of worms. No worm balls. I mean, from what I understand about the African nightcrawler, they really don't do worm balls, and maybe I'm wrong about that, but they congregate in certain areas, kind of like this. And they do feed, but they don't really ball up. From what I've been told, if you see African nightcrawlers balled up, it's because they're stressed out. And that very much has always been the case in receiving worms from my supplier. They've always been kind of like in a clumped up mass, which would make sense if they're being, you know, taken from their habitat and brought into a new foreign one. Beautiful. They really don't appear to ball up that much. Boy. I'm not going to give these guys the natural cover that I did on bin 1, only because they're already pretty dry. And I don't need them getting any drier. They're moist, don't get me wrong. It's not like this bin is bone dry or something like that. It's not bone dry, but it's the surface is, and so there's no need to do anything else to make it any drier, which a cover like this might do. So I'm still gonna leave the lids off of these until I get the 2 additional water tubs that I need to isolate bins 2 and bins 3 and bins 2 and 3. Okay, that should be good enough. Alright. Let's get everybody smoothed over. I really have been happy that the ANCs, they don't seem to mind this mixing all that much. But now this is this new batch of worms, and again, I don't really know that for a fact. We'll have to see how this new batch responds. The old one did not have much of a problem. It didn't seem like it, at least. But with them getting settled in, just want them to be happy. Happy worms. Happy vermicomposter. Okay, there we go. Little trough. Yeah, I really do like the look of brown leaves as they get composted down. Great. One cucumber each bin. A cucumber slice, I should say. I get the bananas, they get the peels. Probably should be nice and give them a whole banana once or twice. Alright, I think that's enough. The rest is for bin 3. Let's cover it up. The other thing with wetter materials like this, I mean, you guys did see that I had some fruit flies in bin 1. Of course, the lid was on that one. You always want to bury your materials when you feed to try to discourage fruit flies from getting at them. But when your material is damp like this, I mean, I don't want to squeeze with the worm in there, but you can tell the difference between dry and damp materials. I mean, you can see this is very muddy texture, right? This is not easy for the fruit flies to get through. Now, it's not that they won't, congregate onto the mass right here anyway, but it's not as easy for them to penetrate into this because it's not, dry bedding. For some reason, they seem to get into. I noticed with Noel's bins on World Composting, he really has a lot of problems with fruit flies. But he lives in a very different place in a different environment. It's a lot cooler where he lives. Here, it's hot. I've got geckos everywhere. No matter what I do, I can never even get them out of the house. I don't think flying things last very long around here, which for me has always been a benefit because they take out the mosquitoes, which is the worst thing here in Thailand because of all the disease they carry. All right, gang, that's been 2. I want to thank you for joining me. Please like and share the video, and please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell notification icon so that you can be alerted when I upload new content, and wherever you are in this world today or tonight, take care. Bye for now.